Welcome cloud gamers, my name is Sunny, and with Stadia finally launched officially to 14 countries, in this video I want to do something a little different. I want to talk about what can Stadia do to really take the bull by the horns and become a main competitor in today's gaming market. And I want to do that with your input as well. So in the comments, let me know what you think Stadia needs to really take off, and what features and games does this platform need to compete with the Xbox, PlayStations, and Nintendos of the world. Meanwhile, I'll give my 2 cents on that myself, and I will have a controversial thought that Stadia needs that I think quite a few of you might disagree with, but we'll see. So with that said, let's dive into this video. Like always, if you can hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. Sub to this channel for more Stadia content. So to start this video, my number one thing on this list is without a doubt for Stadia to really impress the gaming market and convert people who have no interest in cloud gaming has to be exclusive titles taking advantage of the power of what Stadia can do. We have already seen that in a few instances. For example, the 40-car grid races is something that can't be done on other platforms. Then we have things like Orcs Must Die 3 that is fully taking advantage of Stadia's power and is going to feature more orcs on screen for you to engage with. This is the type of stuff Stadia really needs to capture the hearts and minds of the gaming world. And we know they are working on those titles, and one that we're going to hear about in the coming months. Now, I've brought this up on numerous examples, but having a Fortnite-type battle royale game that features hundreds or thousands of players, all in one giant arena mixed with social features like Stream Connect. Right now, games like the new Call of Duty Warzone, Apex Legends, and PUBG are extremely popular. And they are popular because they are quick games that you can play socially with friends, but are high quality in gameplay. Stadia needs an exclusive title or titles, in my opinion, that brings in lots of casual people who then you can extend to other parts of this platform. And the last thing I'll hit home on is the limits are endless. I personally don't like battle royale games, so I would love to see these exclusives extend to other genres that take full advantage of something like Stadia can bring. For example, huge fantasy war battles, or more sports games that feature full players in full teams like in football or soccer with 20 plus players on the field and maybe even people on the sidelines doing coaching, or more racing games featuring more fleshed out multiplayers with giant races. The possibilities honestly feel endless, and I would love to hear more examples in the comments below. The next thing I'll hit on is a few general points that are kinda obvious. We do need to see Stadia really pick up on getting more third-party games and indies. We know they are working tirelessly to bring more games to the platform, so in that sense I have no doubts that they are doing everything they can. But I do want to see Stadia more like the Nintendo Switch. Even on weeks when there isn't a huge title coming out, usually a good indie title will fill its place, or a really good older port. There is nothing wrong, in my opinion, with bringing older titles that have been well revered onto Stadia, because there is a lot of casual people who have not played or beaten a lot of the classics of the last 5 years, because they've never heard of the title, they didn't own a certain console or PC that could play the game, or really for a multitude of reasons. The other thing that I'd really like to see Stadia improve upon is its current accessibility. For Stadia to take off, it needs to be on every device, not just the current ones, but even the ones from the past 4 years. Whether that's tablets, Apple products, or anything in between. If it has a screen and it's been built in the last few years, Stadia needs to hopefully be able to run on it and run optimally well. Not only that, but I would like to see this work smooth on cell phone data speeds. Stadia is reported to work with 5G, and while the rollout of 5G has been a slow process, being able to truly play anywhere without Wi-Fi is going to be key to seeing Stadia succeed, and actually might be the second biggest way Stadia truly takes off. Now, I can mention a bunch of other ideas, and really I can be here all day, but I wanted to hit on some of the bigger ones, and I don't want to make this video too long, as I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments on ways Stadia can improve upon. But this one will be my most controversial improvement and my last point, and I think it's one that really a lot of you will not agree with. Maybe not soon, but in a year or longer, I think Stadia needs to look into having an optional Netflix for games type of service. Now, this doesn't have to be the main way Stadia markets itself, but if you look at PS Now or Xbox Game Pass or what even xCloud is at the moment, it features a crap ton of games that you can just stream on the fly, and that's that. Now, Stadia doesn't have anywhere near the library to pull off an optional pricing model like a Netflix-style service right now, but I hope the library itself gets so big that in a year or two, it's a feasible outlook. And maybe someone will argue that the current Pro membership offers 9 games like it does today, and that we already kind of have that. And that's actually a start. But I do want to see that expanded upon. Maybe the Pro membership will just keep adding and not taking away any games at some point, and then in itself it turns into a Netflix-style model. Keep in mind, I'm not saying this should be the main way Stadia markets itself, but what I think it should have is an optional model, and frankly, they might be forced to go this route if xCloud or PS Now ever approves upon its infrastructure to stream games, because they can blow Stadia away with the access of hundreds of games that they have, and Stadia just can't compete with that, at least not yet. But either way, the point of this video is to give my thoughts on how I think Stadia can not only compete with the Xboxes, PlayStations, and Nintendos, but even overtake them, because frankly, Stadia will have the opportunity to be in more people's hands than those consoles can ever accomplish, just by the mere fact how mobile cloud gaming is. There's a distinct advantage, and let me tell you, those other companies, they know that. And that is why they are trying to compete on the back end with Stadia, with their own cloud services. But alright, let me know in the comments what you want to see Stadia improve upon going forward, as maybe we'll be lucky and some power at B will check this video out and get some great ideas. Not from me, but maybe your comments down below. Do me a huge favor, smash that like button, sub to this channel for more Stadia coverage, as well as hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, I'm Sunny, and I'll see you guys in the cloud.